I never thought I'd be in this position, questioning my entire marriage over a drunken comment. But here I am, 35 years old, contemplating the end of a 14-year relationship with a woman I've known since we were teenagers. It's surreal, really, how quickly things can change. My wife and I have always been close. We grew up together, shared countless experiences, and eventually fell in love. We have a child together, a home, a life we built over the years. I thought I knew everything about her, about us, but now, I'm not so sure. It all started at a dinner party at our friend's house. It was a child-free event, so we were able to relax and enjoy ourselves without worrying about parental responsibilities. The wine was flowing, and we were all feeling pretty loose. That's when the conversation took an unexpected turn. Someone brought up my wife's ex-boyfriend. We all knew him from way back when, and we still run into him occasionally due to our overlapping social circles. He's had a tough time over the years, struggling with drug addiction. My wife dated him when they were both 19, and their relationship ended because of his substance abuse issues. Our friend mentioned how disappointing it was to see how badly the ex was doing these days. That's when my wife, who was quite drunk at this point, said something that turned my world upside down. She talked about how she had begged him to get clean, how difficult it was for her when he chose drugs over their relationship. And then she dropped the bombshell. If he hadn't been an addict, they'd still be together. In that moment, I felt like I'd been punched in the gut. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Was I really just the backup plan? The safe choice after her real love fell apart. I didn't say anything at the time. We were all drunk, and I knew it wasn't the right moment to start a serious conversation. But inside, I was reeling. The next day, I was quiet and withdrawn. My wife noticed, of course. We've been together for so long that we can read each other's moods easily. When she asked what was wrong, I told her about what she'd said the night before. I explained how it made me feel like I was her second choice, how it made me question our entire relationship. Her reaction wasn't what I expected. Instead of talking it through, trying to explain or apologize, she locked herself in our bedroom. She's giving me the silent treatment now, which feels incredibly unfair. I'm the one who should be upset, who deserves an explanation. Instead, she's acting like I'm the one who did something wrong. Now, I find myself seriously considering ending our marriage. It might seem extreme to some people, throwing away 14 years of marriage and even longer friendship over one drunken comment. But to me, it's not just about what she said. It's about what it reveals about her feelings, about our relationship. I can't stop thinking about it. Did she settle for me because her first choice wasn't available? Have I been living a lie all these years, thinking we were truly in love when really I was just a consolation prize? And now, instead of addressing these concerns, she shut me out completely. The silent treatment is driving me crazy. I need to talk about this, to understand what she meant, to figure out where we go from here. But she won't even give me the chance. It feels like a slap in the face after everything we've been through together. I keep replaying our entire relationship in my mind, looking for signs I might have missed. Were there moments when she seemed to be thinking of him? Did she ever compare me to him, even subconsciously? I thought we were happy, but now I'm questioning everything. Our child complicates things, of course. I love my kid more than anything, and the thought of breaking up our family is heartbreaking. But at the same time, I wonder if staying together for the sake of our child would be the right thing to do if our relationship is built on a lie. I've always believed in honesty in relationships. I thought my wife and I had that. We've shared so much over the years, been through ups and downs together. I never imagined she might be harboring feelings for someone else all this time. Part of me wonders if I'm overreacting. After all, she was drunk when she made the comment. People say things they don't mean when they're intoxicated all the time. But the more I think about it, the more I believe that alcohol just lowered her inhibitions enough to reveal her true feelings. And then there's the issue of her ex's addiction. I can't help but wonder, if he had gotten clean, would she have left me for him? Have I just been a placeholder all these years, someone to keep her company until her true love got his act together? The silent treatment is making everything worse. If we could talk about it, maybe we could work through this. Maybe she could explain what she meant, reassure me that I'm not just her second choice. But her refusal to engage is just confirming my worst fears. I've always thought communication was key in a relationship. We've prided ourselves on being able to talk through our problems. But now, when we're facing possibly the biggest crisis of our marriage, she is completely shut down. I'm torn between wanting to shake her, to demand answers, and wanting to just walk away. Part of me thinks I deserve better than this, that I shouldn't have to wonder if my wife truly loves me or if she's just settled for me. But then I think about our history together. 14 years of marriage, even longer as friends. We've built a life together, created a family. Can I really throw all of that away because of one comment made under the influence of alcohol? And yet, the comment feels like it's revealed a fundamental truth about our relationship. It's like a crack in a foundation. Once you notice it, you can't unsee it, and you start to worrying that the whole structure might come tumbling down. I find myself looking at old photos, trying to see if I can spot any signs in her eyes and her smile. Was she truly happy with me, or was she always wishing for something else? It's maddening, this sudden doubt about everything I thought I knew. I've always considered myself a rational person. I don't make decisions lightly, especially not ones that could affect my child's life. But right now, I'm seriously considering ending my marriage over this. It feels both completely justified and utterly insane at the same time. If she would just talk to me, maybe we could work through this. But her silence is speaking volumes. It feels like an admission of guilt, like she knows what she said was true, and she doesn't know how to face me now that I know too. I keep wondering what our friends think about all this. They were there. They heard what she said. Do they pity me now? Do they think I'm a fool for not realizing sooner that I might be my wife's second choice? The worst part is the uncertainty. I don't know what to do, how to move forward from here. Do I try to force a conversation? Do I give her space and hope she comes around? Or do I start making plans to leave? I never thought I'd be in this position, considering divorce over something that might seem trivial to an outsider. But it doesn't feel trivial to me. It feels like my entire world has been turned upside down. I find myself watching our child, wondering how this will affect them. Will they understand if we split up? Will they resent us? Will they somehow blame themselves, the way kids often do when their parents separate? And what about our extended families? Our friends, how do we explain this to them? Sorry, we're getting divorced because my wife said something when she was drunk that made me realize she might have preferred to be with someone else all along. It sounds ridiculous when I put it like that, but it doesn't feel ridiculous to me. I'm angry, I realize, angry at my wife for saying what she did, angry at her for refusing to talk about it now, angry at myself for potentially being blind to the truth of our relationship for so long. And I'm angry at her ex, too, for still having this hold over her after all these years. But mostly, I'm sad that what I thought was a strong, loving relationship might have been built on a lie. Sad that my wife might have been unhappy or unfulfilled all these years without me realizing it. Sad that our child might have to go through the pain of their parents separating. I keep trying to imagine what life would be like if we split up. shared custody of our child, separate homes, potentially seeing other people. The thought is both terrifying and oddly freeing. Would I be happier knowing I'm with someone who truly wants to be with me, rather than someone who might be settling for me? But then I think about all the good times we've had together. The laughter, the shared experiences, the quiet moments of contentment. Was all of that fate? Or is it possible to have those genuine moments of happiness even if you're not with your first choice? I wish I could talk to someone about this, get an outside perspective. But I don't want to air our dirty laundry to friends or family. And I'm not sure I'm ready to take the step of seeing a therapist or counselor yet. It feels like admitting defeat somehow, like acknowledging that our relationship is in serious trouble. So here I am, stuck in this limbo of indecision and hurt. My wife is still giving me the silent treatment, and I'm left to wrestle with my thoughts alone. I keep asking myself, am I the asshole for considering ending our marriage over this? Am I overreacting? Or am I finally seeing the truth of our relationship and responding appropriately? I don't have the answers. All I know is that a single drunken comment has shattered my world, and I'm not sure how to put the pieces back together. Or if I even want to try. The future that seemed so certain just a few days ago now feels completely up in the air. And I'm left wondering, where do we go from here?